Nonsense. The game that I want to play the most out of all three of those games is Kronos: A New Dawn. That's the absolute God's honest truth. Out of those three, that's the one that I want to play the most. Why? Because it is a genuine new game. It's not a sequel. It's not a remake. It's a genuine new game. It has potential to become a new IP if it's successful. And it's based on a series that I really love. Okay? So that's the game I want to play the absolute most. So we're not playing it. No, I'm just kidding. That one we're going to play. We're going to play Kronos. Okay? 100%. We're doing that. We're starting Kronos next week. All right? Now, I don't even know. Kronos is not on Game Pass, right? I think you have to buy it. I don't even know. Is it a full-priced game? I can't find it. Is it not on Steam? Oh, maybe it is. Maybe I searched for the wrong thing. Oh, there's no H. Here it is. Okay, so it's $60 on Steam. I don't know if it'll be cheaper somewhere else. All right. So I'm going to get Kronos: The New Dawn, and I'm going to play that next week. It comes out September 5th. Okay, so let's take a look. What day is that next week? That is Tuesday. All right. So starting Tuesday of next week, we will be starting Kronos: The New Dawn. All right? That will be a playthrough that we will begin next week. All right? Now, I want to make something clear before I announce the other game. If I start playing one or both of either of these games that we're going to play, and it just doesn't work out, maybe Kronos sucks, right? And it might. You never know. We might start playing this game, even though Bloober Team just had a big hit with Silent Hill 2 Remake. Maybe this one will suck. Okay, maybe it will. Oh, wait a minute. September 5th is Friday, you're saying? Hold on. Oh, I'm looking at August. Hold on. You're right. So September 5th is Friday. Okay, fair enough. September 5th is next Friday. Thank you for correcting me there, Big Mac. I'm stupid. I was looking at the wrong month. Okay, so starting on Friday, September 5th, Kronos: The New Dawn will begin as a playthrough on this channel. But again, if any of these games or either of these games that I'm playing end up not working out, what if Kronos sucks, right? We don't have to commit to fully playing it. It's not like it was back in the day where, oh no, I have no money. I can't afford a game. I have to buy, if I buy a game, I have to commit. I must 100% this game no matter what. No, that's not the case whatsoever. I want you all to understand that, okay? In this case, we can try a game, and if it doesn't work, we don't have to finish it. But I will hope that this game is good, and we will play through it and finish it. It's a horror game, and I haven't played a horror game in a while now. Like, when was even the last horror game that I played? I don't even recall. Okay, so let's set that in stone. Excuse me. Oh, no. Frog in my throat. Friday, September 5th, Kronos: The New Dawn begins as the daytime stream. Okay? It'll be good. Now, what's the other game I'm playing? Well, let's see. We got Metal Gear Solid Delta. We have Hollow Knight Silk Song. Only one can win. Only one can become a playthrough on DSP Gaming, and the other will either have to wait or will never be played ever. Oh, think about that. So taking a look at the situation, all right, I'm going to be honest. I, at first, was thinking one thing, but then I listened to your feedback, and I came to a conclusion, all right? 100%, I had it in my head that I was going to play one of those two games. And then when I talked about this a few days ago, I started seeing different kinds of reactions. I started seeing people say stuff in the chat. I started seeing comments on videos. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that people felt that way. Okay, really? So, listening to that feedback and trying to do what's right for what my viewers want, we are going to play. Ready? Oh, I received a tip. Hold on. I just received a tip. Let me take a quick look at it. The Dark Side Child Returns tips $1, says, I want to ask how things are looking for Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake. If you're still on the fence about it, I hope you take this tip as support for trying this out, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Delta. And what did I miss with the big podcast? Would you be open to reactions for the Chill with Phil stream tonight? So we have $1 of support for Metal Gear Solid 3. So someone actually suggested something. Okay? Someone suggested something to me, and it was intriguing. Here's what they said. They said, are you aware that there are other content creators? Here's what they do. If they're indecisive about what to do on a stream, they'll actually throw it to the audience. But what they'll do, listen to this, they'll say, hey, here's what we do. Today, if you want this game, support the stream, and in your support, in the message, tell me what game you want. So let's say, for example, we're trying to decide between Metal Gear Solid Delta and Hollow Knight Silksong, right? So I would say, well, today when you contribute to the stream, in your message, say which game you want. I'll start a running tally of what support each game's getting. And by the end of the day, that determines what game I'm going to be playing, right? So, for example, I think someone showed me a suggestion of this. Like there's a sports streamer. I have no clue who they are. I actually never seen them before. I don't even know their name. But they showed me like their setup. And it was like, so here's the possible games that we can do today. We could do this team versus this team versus this team, or this team versus this team. Contribute, and I'll tally this up. And at the end, we'll see which had the most support, and that's what we're going to do. Okay? Now, here's the thing. I think this idea, in some cases, makes sense, okay? But in others, it doesn't. Some people have already argued, they already said in chat, well, doesn't that mean that the whales will just control your content? That the whales are purchasing a playthrough with their dollar? Because let's say, for example, today, I said, during the course of this GTA 4 stream and tonight's Chill with Phil stream, you could support either Metal Gear Solid Delta, or you can support Hollow Knight Silksong. Contribute. In your contribution, say what you want. I'll tally it up all day. I'll have a running total. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the late stream, I'll let you know what game had the most support. Now, although I do think this could be an excellent fundraising tactic, because let's be honest, there's some people out there who have said, I outright will pay for Metal Gear Solid Delta because I really want to see you play it. And then there's other people who are saying, I will outright pay for Hollow Knight Silksong because you didn't play Hollow Knight and I'm dying to see Silksong. I want to see you play it. So this might actually bring people out to support a playthrough before I've even done the playthrough. Wait a minute. You could raise money for something and you didn't even do it? Really? This is fascinating. This is a fascinating idea, and I didn't even come up with it. This is something, this is very interesting. All right? So here's what we're going to do. All right? Today, Matt says, you get a troll who donates $100 to purposely play the most boring game, and although you get the $100, which is great, now you might get overall less support for the totality of the stream that you're going to do. There you go. Here's what we're going to do. All right? Today, It's so good. Today, when you support the streams, all right? Like, for example, right now, if you're to super chat, or if you're gonna tip, or even if you're gonna give some subs, all right? When you do it, I want you to tell me, either in the body of your contribution or in chat, I want you to tell me, do you like this idea? Say, yes, Phil, I like the idea of having financial goals for certain playthroughs, and you should do that. If you don't like the idea, in your contribution, I want you to tell me that you don't like the idea and you don't want me to ever do it. Okay? So first, I want you to pay me to tell me if you even like the idea of having to raise funds to pick a playthrough. And then later on, I want you to again contribute for a playthrough before it even happens, and it may not even happen. For the record, I'm just messing with all of you. I'm not going to do any of this, okay? At least not now. I have no plans on doing any of this at all, okay? Brian says, Kronos the New Dawn got delayed. Let's double check that. I did not want to click that. What did I just click? Kronos the New Dawn. Wrong. It's listed as September 5th, 2025. The game will unlock in approximately 8 days. It did not get delayed. That's baloney. Okay. I'll also double check. I'll search on Google just to confirm, but it doesn't look like it got delayed. It looks like you're full of crap. Nope, it is not. Even Google AI says no, it has not been delayed. How dare you? Okay. Crisis averted. Okay. Excuse me. Big Mac, 28 months as a member, says boo to that idea, but I'm voting Metal Gear Solid Delta. Okay? And then Cyber Elk just did a 10 euro super chat and said, I don't like that idea, but hey, Metal Gear Solid Delta. Excuse me. I'm very gassy today. I told you I have indigestion today for some bizarre reason. I eat the same thing I always eat. So I actually don't know why I'm happening or why this is happening. Okay.
Spinning bird kick.
Whoa. We're getting all kinds of contributions here. What I want to do is the currency conversion for the euros. Hold on. Okay. So here's the deal. I'm about to make my decision. Okay. And this decision is not my original decision. I had something that originally I wanted to do, but I listened to you and your feedback this week, all the things that you guys reached out and told me. And you said this and this and this. And I said, oh, okay, I'll listen. So I've been listening all week. And now finally, based on listening, I've made a definitive decision. The game that I will be playing will be Metal Gear Solid Delta. Yes, I'm playing Metal Gear Solid Delta starting tomorrow. And there is no podcast tomorrow. We'll do a half an hour hangout, and then we will get maximum gameplay of Metal Gear Solid Delta starting tomorrow on the first stream. 3 to 4 hours of Metal Gear Solid Delta on the first stream. So there you go. And you might say, well, why are you doing that? Because so many people reached out to me this week, basically, and said, no, really, like, even though we're well aware you suck at Metal Gear, and I admit I suck at Metal Gear, right? The classics, for sure. Metal Gear Solid 5, I actually did good at. Every other game I sucked at. Every other Metal Gear I've been terrible at, okay? People have an actual nostalgic feeling for my playthroughs of Metal Gear Solid, even though they were so bad, they actually kind of spawned the creation of this is how you don't play. The Metal Gear Solid playthroughs actually began a negative feeling against me on the internet because people started to look at my content and say, man, this guy literally just always blames everything else. He never takes responsibility. Look at him insulting Hideo Kojima. Now, the thing is, I wasn't serious about that. Purposefully, when I played these games, my idea was I'm going to be so offensive towards Kojima and the games because I know that these games have such a crazy fan base that hopefully this will blow up. But I didn't think it was going to blow up the way that it did in a toxic, negative way. I thought it was just going to give me attention. Instead, people literally started to hate my guts because of what I was doing in those playthroughs. I don't know why people took it so seriously because I think most people understood the joke back then, except that when I played Metal Gear Solid, then everyone took it seriously and was all upset with me. I did the exact same thing with all the other games I played. That was fine. I did it with Metal Gear. Oh my God, blasphemy, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we do it all again. We start tomorrow, all right? So, yes, Metal Gear Solid Delta starts tomorrow. Let's go through the schedule now so you guys know what's going on, okay?